in this video, we're talking about the difference between ser and estar. Vamos a por ello. Hola a todos y bienvenidos a Coffee Break Spanish. Yo soy Mark.
Y yo soy Marina.
And in today's video, we're answering a question, or we're answering a request from John. He said, please help me to understand the difference between ser and estar. Marina, this must be one of the most common questions that any learner has about Spanish, because both of these verbs mean to be.
It is, yeah. It's a very, very common question, so I think this video is going to be really useful.
Good. Let's begin by thinking about the verbs themselves. And I think we should conjugate the verbs to begin with, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's take ser to begin with. So can you go through the present tense of this? So I am.
Yo soy.
You are.
Tú eres.
And he or she is.
Él o ella es.
And of course the usted form there as well. Usted es. We are.
Nosotros somos.
Okay, you are.
Vosotros sois.
And they are.
Ellos, ellas son.
And again, the ustedes form there as well is ustedes son. So this is ser in the present tense. And let's look at estar in the present tense. So I am.
Yo estoy.
You are.
Tú estás.
He or she is.
Él, ella está.
We are.
Nosotros estamos.
You are plural.
Vosotros estáis.
And the they are form.
Ellos están.
Okay, perfecto. So, two verbs, they both mean to be, and they are both conjugated fully like that. Soy, eres, es, somos, soy, son. Estar, estoy, estás, está. Estamos, estáis, están. I'll just make sure that looks like an S there. There we go, estás. But when do we use them? Let's begin with estar, because I think that's the easier one to work with.
Okay, let's begin. So, we would use estar when we're talking about location.
Okay, so let's draw a line here and we'll start here and we'll put in location. So give us some examples of what you mean.
For example, el banco está al lado de la piscina.
El banco está al lado de la piscina. So the bank is beside the swimming pool. El banco está al lado de la piscina. So we know the location of this. It's using estar. El banco está al lado de la piscina. Okay, what other kind of situations would we use estar in?
We would use estar in, like, to talk about temporary things.
Okay, temporary things. So things that change, temporary things. Okay, give us an example.
For example, if I say that now I am happy, I would say estoy feliz.
Estoy feliz. Muy bien.
Or imagine that my mom is tired, then I would say mi madre está cansada.
Mi madre está cansada. She is tired. Okay, mi madre está cansada. So in both these examples, we're seeing estar used. Estoy feliz. Mi madre está cansada, because we're talking about temporary things. So those are the two kind of main areas where we use estar. Let's consider some main areas where we use ser now.
Okay. Now, if we talk about ser, we would use ser talking about relationships.
So, relationships, for example.
Jobs.
Okay, so we'll group all these together. Jobs.
Yeah. Nationalities.
Nationalities.
And religions.
Okay, right. So anything that is a kind of inherent characteristic of someone. So give us some examples quickly of these.
Okay, for relationships, we could say son primos.
Son primos, they're cousins. Okay. So, son primos, they are cousins.
Now, talking about jobs, I could say soy profesora.
Soy profesora. I am a teacher. Okay, soy profesora. Okay.
Okay, about nationalities, we could say somos españoles.
Somos españoles. We are Spanish. Okay.
And for religions, son católicos.
Okay, son católicos. Son católicos. So they are Catholic. Or they are Catholics. Son católicos. Muy bien.
Okay, and now we were talking about temporary things. So for ser, we have to think about permanent descriptions.
So permanent descriptions. Permanent descriptions here. Okay, so give us some examples of this.
So rather than saying estoy feliz in this moment, I would say soy feliz.
Okay, so soy feliz. You're not just happy in this moment, but you are a happy person. Soy feliz.
And for my mom, instead of being tired in a specific time, we would say mi madre es guapa.
Okay, so my mother is pretty. Es guapa. Mi madre es guapa. Muy bien. And that, very generally, is a kind of beginner's guide to ser and estar. On this side, we've got all of our sers, and on this side, we've all got all of the estars. But there's one little exception that I want to bring up here, and that is when we're describing the location, not of a thing, but of an event. So, Marina, can you help us with this?
Of course. When we talk of, like here in the example, we're talking about el banco. Okay, so that's a thing. But if we were talking about an event happening or taking place like a party, we would say la fiesta es en el hotel.
Okay, so la fiesta, this one goes over here because it's a ser one. La fiesta es en el hotel. So the party's taking place in the hotel. And in that case, because it's an event, then that's why we use es here, okay? We use the ser verb because we're talking about an event. The same would go for a concert, a celebration, an event, any kind of event like that. We use ser. Okay, so as I said, that is a kind of quick summary of when you use ser and when you use estar. Of course, as with any kind of thing like this, there are other exceptions. There are more complicated ways of dealing with this, but hopefully that's a good guide to begin with, John, to help you understand when to use ser and estar. Now, if you have a question like John, then make sure you get in touch with us. Simply send a question via this website at coffeebreakquestions.com. This is, of course, Coffee Break Spanish, so send your questions to coffeebreakquestions.com and we'll look at them and hopefully be able to include them in a future episode and answer your question specifically in that. Okay, the other thing to remind you is, of course, if you have enjoyed this video, give it a like, make sure you subscribe to our channel for more videos and click the little bell icon that appears, and that way you'll be reminded whenever we post a new video to help you with your Spanish.
And remember that you can keep practicing and share it with us in the comments. So leave a comment below and write a sentence using either ser, estar, or both.
Perfecto. Pues muchas gracias.
Gracias a ti.
Y gracias a vosotros. Thank you for listening. We hope you've enjoyed this and we hope it's been useful to you. Thank you very much. Muchas gracias y hasta la próxima.
Adiós.